What's your experience here at Rutgers been like?
Ooh, good question. Um, well, I came to Rutgers because I knew it'd be close to home.
Mm.
A lot of my friends from college, not college, I'm in college. A lot of my friends from high school
Right.
ended up going to Rutgers, so I kind of was able to maintain pretty much the same friend group with the addition of, the new people we met here, like
Sure.
freshman year in the dorms and whatnot. But,
Are those some of your friends upstairs?
No, this is Brian.
That's Brian.
Brian!
Brian, come down here. Okay. Hope maybe we'll get Brian down here in a second. Join the second one. Okay.
No, so
We'll work with what we
my
got.
experience, it's been pretty good. You get to meet a lot of cool people here. I've been trying to do some stand up and doing a lot of student theater.
Right.
A lot of sketch writing.
Amen.
I'm in the business school.
Right.
But that doesn't mean I can't have fun,
Amen. Amen. I think it's about pairing interests sometimes, or creating dueling interests. They don't necessarily need to be complementary. They can be two things that contrast a little bit.
That's true.
They can still work together. Opposites attract, right?
Yeah,
there's ways around it.
How
Speaking
about
of the stand, how about myself? Okay, I'll give you a little bit of background on me.
Yes, how was your Rutgers experience?
How was my Rutgers experience? My Rutgers experience was good. I think there were points where there was, some very big highs, and there was definitely a couple lows at points. But I think that's life in general too. I think that speaks to just people engaging with the world and times of change, that sort of thing. I definitely met some really great friends. I, unlike you, did not really know anybody at Rutgers. I only knew two people when I was coming in, and actually one of them, Ari Curdell, ended up being my big in API. He was one of the reasons I ended up joining, because I came out to Rush because of him, which I maybe wouldn't have otherwise. Wasn't necessarily on my radar as much. And then Sammy Brandspiegel, somebody I knew from the Heschel High School.
Doing some name dropping out
Some
here.
name dropping out here. Well, that way I can tag them on Facebook as references.
There you go.
Get them into that circle. It's all with an ulterior motive. I once had a very devilish quote, which I probably shouldn't even say because I don't want it addressed to me, but I will anyway for the fanfare, which was, if you don't have an ulterior motive, you're not, what? You're not thinking about enough options. Yeah. I think that was it. Oh boy. I butchered my own quote that I didn't want to share, so.
Watch out for this guy.
Watch out for this guy. It's like the,
I don't know what he's up to.
the slaughterhouse where they kill the
Why
owners.
did you ask me to be on this podcast? Just happened to be.
Well, actually, the thing before I was gonna tell you about my Rutgers experience, I was gonna jump off the tangent of you mentioned you do stand up. So I had a stand up, a little comedy, a little comedian over here, John Lerman. Make some chuckle, perhaps. I think so. I put up a couple clips of yours on Bite Size Comedy.
You did.
They did quite well. Got some nice traction.
Cool.
I think it speaks to the diversity of the Instagram account, which is supposed to try to highlight up and coming people, get them, just some broader circles, even if it's not for some ultimate goal of being the next Seinfeld or Carlin, which not to say that it can't be, but it doesn't have to be.
You
can
just somewhere.
They can all
You know
start
how
somewhere.
old Carlin was when he had his first special? The man was like
I don't.
50 something.
50 something, yeah.
60 something.
Yeah, he had an unbelievable life, and then he banged, one out after the other, like, well, the Carlin model is unbelievable.
You reach your zenith, and then you just fucking pump out the classics.
Pump it out. And he had some classics, all right. I actually have a lot of those specials. I haven't listened through all of them, but he is, up there with my favorite comedians.
Absolutely.
Certainly, top three. You had 2 bits on Bite Size Comedy on Instagram. Sure. You had one about Democrats, one about Republicans.
Yes.
I like them a lot. I think there's an interesting thing about comedy, which is that it's not as divisive as sort of other political conversation, whether it be just with people or more precisely, seemingly in the media with polemics. And
sure.
It has a tendency to get out of hand, a lot of screaming. But comedy, you can sort of make actually a good point that might not be made otherwise, and you can get a laugh, which can really just be a double trouble,
Of course.
Because it makes people see it in a whole new light.
Yeah.
Because the laugh is so intrinsic.
It makes them see it in the first place.
It makes them see it in the first place.
It gets their attention.
That is true.
Sometimes a lot of people don't want to just be
right. they have big blinders on. They don't want anything to
They
do
don't want
with
any lecture. They don't want to be preaching
Precisely.
at them.
Yeah,
You
get
can give
outta
them
here.
a laugh. It's a little bit of an incentive.
Absolutely.
Hear me out.
There we go, 100%.
There are jokes involved.
Exactly. People are really willing to just pay attention in a different way.
Put down their guards.
Right, put down their guard. Exactly. I always think it's interesting watching someone do stand up and you actually have a feed of the crowd a little bit.
Absolutely.
Because you can sort of see like if someone's hitting their stride, like everyone's paying attention. A little falter, mess up with the words, slip of the tongue. Oh, I'm gonna take a sip of my beer now. But they wouldn't have taken the sip of the beer like when you were, just firing off the lines one after the other. It was all going great. It's so interesting to watch.
Yeah, we all have a little defense mechanisms, idiosyncrasies.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But I love that comedy is able to explore topics that otherwise seem to be either taboo or just are puffed up for the sake of money.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why the political conversations don't have to be that way, but they're shaped by what we see.
Exactly.
Things that come to mind: CNN, a little Fox, a little MSNBC too. Though
they're not
most
funny.
Most of the mainstream.
They're not doing a lot of jokes.
No, they're not doing a lot of jokes. I mean, they're
CNN,
doing a lot of the problematic.
I say
stuff.
Fox News might be a little funnier.
A little
funnier to watch.
There's definitely material there.
Yeah, they care about the entertainment.
They do. There's a lot of
performative aspect.
It is totally performance behind that desk. Different kind of performance. It's interesting. We don't really have sort of like a. I mean, it's not the it's like the maybe like the evil jester or something. I mean, I don't know about evil, but
propagandist.
Yes,
Puppet
exactly,
master.
precisely.
Yeah.
It's that, but there's no career for that. Where's that?
I mean, there's a career for it.
Oh no, there is a career for it. There is a career for it.
It makes a lot more money than comedy too.
It does. But I want that listed as a major. Manipulative.
Manipulative asshole. Exactly.